to push through this and get this audio out so we can discuss for a few minutes, and then I'm going to wrap up before 10 because of the other live. I didn't realize somebody else was going live. So I'm going to start with this one, and then again, obviously after I played them, Amy is welcome to say what she's got to say.
Right back. Hold on. Yes, it's me and you, KK.
Can you guys hear it okay?
Ain't that something? Because I can guarantee you, if it wouldn't be for people like Jalen who allow drunk drivers on the road, my baby would still be here. And I would be very much involved. Okay? Because I'm an involved mom. Involved mother. So, while we want to talk about my baby, Amy, let's talk about yours.
I'm going to run to the bathroom while this is playing.
Dirty, it's vile, it's gross. But bitch, fuck you. Fuck you all the way. So this little handsome guy here passed away at 18. I'm assuming from a car accident, since you happen to be on the side of the road with a wooden cross. He didn't happen to get hit by a drunk driver, did he? Same woman that you sit over there and support? That allows people to drive intoxicated? That one. I'm going to assume it was probably a car wreck. Bless his heart. I'm sure his daddy was there. Not you, though. You only showed up to a cross, right? So you know what, Amy? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why you got a child no longer on this planet that you felt it was appropriate, no longer on this breed, to come on here and talk about the one that I don't have. Why? You could have had 18 beautiful years with your child, but instead you did exactly what Jalen did, because birds of a feather flock together. And you was an absent parent. Beautiful years with your child, but instead, more than likely by choice, because looking at you, you sound like Jalen Sniffles. Okay? So, let's talk about it, Amy. Okay? Let's talk about what happened to your baby. Why is your baby not here? Do you even know? Probably not. Probably just took this picture so you can make monetary gain off of him too, just like Jalen does with her family and Randy and anything else that unalives in her presence, which is almost everything. Okay? Her presence, which is almost everything.
It gets worse, guys, I promise.
I really wasn't going to go this low.
Of course
But Amy, fuck you.
Trigger warning.
You and whoopsie daisy. Because now we're really doing a whoopsie here. Okay? I gave you the opportunity to come over here and just simply say, I'm sorry. Sorry for speaking on your baby. I'm sorry for allowing my vile, disgusting man baby to get on here and body shame you. I'm sorry for baby to get on here and body sorry for speaking on your marriage, because that was none of my business. You wasn't live, and I knew that because when you went live, I told my grown man baby that you were live. So obviously, when y'all were on there running your mouth, you knew I was not live. But that's where you fucked up. You thought because I wasn't live, I wouldn't know about it. Joke's on you, bitch. Do you know how many people called and messaged me last night to get was grab a box and say, I'm sorry. Okay? But you didn't do that. You didn't. You made me have to do this. And not only am I going to not stop here, I'm going to find any piece of fucking grief and hurt, and I'm going to add that to my green screen with Jalen shit.
Yep, she said made you.
Because I won't every time you come see if I'm live, and I won't every time I want you to be triggered as fuck.
It's just another minute, Amy.
Because I heard you was crazy and unhinged And you're my type. Because, see, we got that in common. But you see, this time you met your match, Amy. Common. But you see, this time, Schaefer, you met your match. And I thought after watching all the stuff I was capable of when it came to Jalen for the past 3.5 years, you would know me better than to come your ass on here and fuck with me. But obviously, you thought you was cute. You and your grown man baby. You thought that was cute and funny and well, here I am and they're back. Hold on.
All right, there's one more.
We check in.
Yeah.
Amy, is it okay to play the next one or do you need a second?
This one's not quite as bad. It's just the one where you're in her box with her and just how she legitimately started screaming her face off at you.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Okay, babe.
Hello. Hi.
I'm sorry, there's music in the background because the video got taken down.
How am I doing? Yeah. I'm doing pretty good. Fixing me some pizza rolls because my fat ass is hungry. Yeah. How the hell are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I just answered that.
Yeah, well, maybe you should fix me some pizza rolls.
Fuck no, I don't like you enough to do that.
Oh, damn.
Uh-huh.
Fuck. Damn it.
Yeah, ain't eating at my fucking house. Where's Jalen? I'm fixing to lose it.
Excuse me? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said, according to Jalen, I'm fixing to lose it.
Well, damn.
Right. I done lost my husband and lost my home. Next it'll be my fucking dog and
Listen.
No, hold on a minute. No. You gotta hear the husband that I lost. Hold on a minute.
Okay. Let me find one. Why are you trying to say all this stuff? Listen. No, I'm not going to shush. I'm not going to shush until you take my deceased child off your
That's not
picture.
gonna happen. Say hello.
Oh, it's not going to happen?
No. Well, I mean, it will happen with an apology.
I didn't do anything to you,
Yeah, you
ma'am.
did.
What?
On this same very account, you allowed Russell and his big titty self to get up in Jalen's box and provoke me, okay? I can play that clip for you if you'd like. And you know what his big titty self said?
Listen.
He said, I need to come and troll y'all. He actually begged me to do that. And then...
Sorry, it lags for a second.
Then I'm leaving.
Just keep the comments respectful, please.
This is my life. You didn't come with
Listen,
a
my
fucking
name is
apology.
Amy.
Then get the fuck out of
I
it.
don't have an apology because I didn't do it.
And that's how you do that because you think you fucking unhinged. You don't come in this motherfucker and tell me what the fuck I'ma fucking do. I'm gonna tell you that. That's rule number 1. Rule number fucking 2. When you're ready to apologize, get a fucking box. Until then, shut the fuck up. Now, I will take the fucking picture down when you apologize. Until you want to apologize, instead of saying I didn't do anything wrong, yes the fuck you did. You sat there and listened to that man provoke me.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I mean, it just continues to go on like that. She starts talking about like how much her house is worth, and like it's just. I think you guys got the gist of what I was trying to say. It's listen. If somebody made comments about your appearance, maybe about something that happened to you personally, again, not okay, but that doesn't mean you have to stoop to that level. And I think certain people maybe that are trying to create respectful awareness aren't entirely. Although I was told that they were in the live, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I think people need to just open their eyes and.
Okay. Hi, Samantha. It's 8:30 here. What time do you have? 30 minutes or?
Yeah, 9:30.
Okay. Let's start. I was 15 when I had my son. I kept him. I walked to McDonald's to work till he was 18 months old. I gave custody to my aunt because I couldn't keep doing it. I got my son back, and I had custody of my son, full custody. And he's my child, and he was not. You can look him up, Justin Rivas. Everybody can, to prove they're wrong. Justin Rivas, Clarksville, Tennessee. Look him up. You will see my name, Amy Schaefer. I am his mother. I was on the stand. What she is saying is a lie. Okay? What else was she saying? That was a lot from, I've never heard that before because I've never heard the first one.
Amy,
Yes.
I don't know you too much. I just want to say,
Please don't talk to me, Dave. I just want to talk to Samantha, and I don't mean to be rude.
Okay.
What else was said?
I mean, that was a big part of it. Like, just
Like my son, listen, my son was sitting at a vacuum cleaner at a gas station in broad daylight, 5:58 in the afternoon, broad daylight in the summertime, and shot and killed. Point blank in his neck. It came out his arm and went in the floorboard. Because his passenger posted money on Instagram and they thought it was my son's, and it wasn't. That same 16-year-old that shot my son had 4 other armed robbery accounts, but he was underage. The only reason he got charged with a felony is because my son passed away. Okay? That's just how the justice system works, and it fucking sucks. I was in court for 3 fucking years, reliving every fucking day for 3 years. You understand? Nobody went with me. Not my aunt that had custody of him before. Nobody. Just me. My parents are dead. It was me. Just me. So whatever the hell this girl has up her ass and speaking out her fucking throat, I have no idea. But that's not the truth. Look it up. Justin Rivas, Clarksville, Tennessee. You'll see my full name. You'll see my son's story. Okay? And you'll see the fuckers that shot him. Thank you, Sam, for holding this. And I decided it took me a little bit because I'm so.
No, I listen, and like I said, I wanted to completely respect you, but I also think that people needed to hear not exactly what happened with your son.
She
but
has
even
an
just the way she spoke.
obsession with dead people, and I hate to say that, but she does.
She has an obsession with a lot of things, and it's
You
very
don't see in people like Jay Lynn. I know nobody y'all might not like her, but let me tell y'all, you don't. She has never once came to Jay Lynn and asked her, "Hey, how did your family die?" She assumed everything. Mm-hmm. She has never came to her, but she wants to. What if she's given this woman, which she is, a bunch of heartbreak over putting. She had Kara Garvin's mother in her live. She sends this girl T-shirt saying "Free Kara Garvin." Like, what kind of human being is this woman?
Yeah, that was exactly the point I was trying to make. So
like, this is disgusting. She can keep my son up there if she wants to.
No, she can't.
No, it's not okay.
It's gross. And she has beef with someone else. It's not me. She does not want to hear what I have to think about her. She just doesn't. And I'm not going to give it any more attention. But
Good for you.
I have done nothing to Emily other than give her back what she gives me. And you guys heard it yourself. I can't even talk to her. She muted me. I can't. You guys would be screaming in her mic if that was your son posted on that screen.
Absolutely.
100%.
That is my baby. That was my best friend. I was 15. That's my friend. Not my son, but my fucking friend. And she'll never have that because she's mean as a rattlesnake to her kids. I've heard it online. And I don't give a shit. That's my friend. That's my son. That's my firstborn and my only son. She has no right. But I don't want to give it any attention. If I wanted to keep going with it, I would have. But I didn't.
You're absolutely right. She has no right. It's not okay. And I'm sorry. Like,
No, Sam, I know you don't know me, and I appreciate you, like, more than you know. It just took me a little bit after the episode that I scrolled into, you know. But after I got to thinking about it long and hard, and we almost caught it at the ass end before I changed my mind.
Well, I'm really glad you did. And you're a special, special person to be able to speak on this And I don't want you to even feel like you have to explain yourself for making a decision that bettered your son's life and that you knew, you know what I mean? My daughter lived with my parents for a few years while I had to get my life together.
15.
Yes, ma'am.
I would
Same.
never give them to my child. I would never give my child to my parents. They're addicts. They're both dead. 56 and 58. They died 9 months apart. The moral of the story is y'all don't know. You just don't know. And for somebody to sit there and assume my life and my child's life, come the hell on already. Mexican homie, why are you in the box?
Hey, how's it going, Amy? Thank you for allowing me in the box, Samantha. I'm going to make this very loud and clear. I don't condone anybody's behavior or how they conduct themselves on social media, TikTok, or anything. But Miss Amy,
Yes, sir.
you go by Chaotic Amy, right?
No, I don't. I did when I
Yes, you
first
did.
joined. I did when I joined TikTok 3 years ago.
You did. You did, Miss Amy. You went by
I said
Chaotic
I did 3 years when I joined TikTok. Yes.
You go real life, don't you?
No, to your real life. Do you know who gave me that information?
No, I'm asking you go real life, and you've been doing it for many years on TikTok, right?
You're a liar. That's a lie.
Tomorrow I'm going to present receipts, FBI reports, and stuff of that nature. You've been going real life on TikTok for many years, Chaotic Amy.
So
If you don't know,
whoa. Let me ask you a question then, homie. So because somebody does something, do you think that
I don't condone
that
nobody's
He's
behavior.
mad that I found out his address and his business as an enabler for Jalen. That's why he's mad. And
I'm
within
not
24
mad.
hours,
I'm
I
not
had his
mad.
address and a picture of his house and his teeth. That's why you're mad, homie.
Oh, my
Get the hell out of
goodness.
here.
Oh my goodness, Chaotic Amy, that you didn't
That's
even find the
why
right
you're
person.
mad.
I'm not mad, Chaotic Amy. I'm telling you.
Listen, this is about my son. If you want to have a
and I
live
get
about
it.
me, invite me.
Okay, I'll invite you, and I'm going to drop FBI reports and everything else. You go real life on
There
people.
is no FBI. I've never been in trouble.
Watch the
have
FBI
not-
reports that I drop tomorrow on you, Chaotic
Hold
Amy.
on.
I'm gonna drop those receipts on you.
Homie, you do what you have to do. I want to know, just because somebody does something to somebody else, does that make it okay to stoop that low?
No, and I already mentioned it when I first got in the box. I don't condone anybody's behavior. I don't condone what people do on TikTok or social media. Now, Jalen, I see Jalen is here. Chaotic Amy is a moderator for Jalen. Jalen, if you don't know the story behind Jalen, please do your research. This is awareness, right?
No.
Well, no, this is awareness because you're making people aware of what's going on social media, whether you consider it to be awareness or not. This is awareness. So I'm going to drop receipts of FBI reports conducted on Amy, also known as Chaotic Amy. She has gone real life on TikTok for many, many years. And I'm going to drop FBI reports. I'm going to drop videos. Chaotic Amy goes real life on everybody. So please do your research on Mrs. Chaotic Amy and what she has done on TikTok, because she always seems to be the victim in something. I get it. Well, you know what Truth About You, what happened with Truth About You and everything else. But Chaotic Amy, you don't know the story behind her and how she goes real life with everybody.
Okay, but your mod does the same thing, homie.
Truth About You is not my moderator.
Okay.
She's not my moderator anymore.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop FBI reports on you, Chaotic Amy. You found the wrong person anyways. I wish you the best of luck, because whoever you were calling, whoever you were messaging, because that came out of your mouth, oh my goodness, Chaotic Amy, you're messaging the wrong people. You're messing with the wrong people. You're messaging people. You're calling people. That is going real life. And you've been doing that for many, many years. So we'll find out tomorrow when I drop all the receipts on you, Chaotic Amy. Everybody have a blessed day. But do your research on who Chaotic Amy really is. Have a good night.
I think it's super irrelevant as to what the whole purpose of playing that clip was to show how vile and disgusting it was spoke on her unalived child.
Absolutely. I mean, this person who's no longer with us had nothing to do with us. Absolutely nothing. Where is the respect? Where is the maturity? I'm yeah. I think there's a lot of people on here that are going way too.
Just
Like,
y'all listen to me. And I am the honest engine. I became friends with Jay Lynn, that is a known scammer on this app, because she got 3 black eyes in 5 weeks, right? And I didn't care about her if she was asking for money. I cared about her well fucking being. If you see something, say something. So I got in her box and I talked to the girl. That's why they hate me. That is why. She had 3 different black eyes in 5 weeks, period. And everybody says, you see something, you say something. I did that. And Samantha, I can't say what I need to be saying right now, but I got a lot of information, right? In a short period of fucking time. And I called Mr. Homie my fucking self when he put me on the fucking page. And I told him, I'm your newest scammer, answer your fucking phone. He didn't want to answer his fucking phone because he's a goddamn coward. I called him 3 times in one day and I never called him again. That little son, he would not answer his phone for me. I know his business, I know everything, but I called his home phone. That's the only time I went real life. I have gotten 1 DUI. I'm fucking 44 years old and I got into 2 fist fights. That is it in my whole record. The end. Look me up, Amy Michelle Schaefer. Y'all don't believe me? That's me. So Mr. Homie can take that to the fucking bank, okay? Whew, my heart's beating fast. Jesus, sorry. Okay.
all right. Well, I thank you for coming up. I'm going to wrap this up here with some final thoughts, but I appreciate you letting me play that audio.
Right. Well, can you somehow send me a copy of the first one?
Yeah, message me and I'll hit you up on Snap.
I've never heard it until tonight.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right, no problem. So I just want to reiterate again, I see a lot of people saying, did she speak about Emily's situation? Yes, she did. But again, the whole point of this is why are we stooping to the same level as somebody else? Or to be honest, like,
not too often.
Scammy clause, that doesn't make it okay. Were pictures posted, scammy clause? Were lies told about what happened to the deceased person? Absolutely, she should be held just as accountable. I am going off of recordings from somebody that's creating awareness on this app in a very hateful and toxic way.
Not too often I get speechless, but this whole situation is just too much.
I just want to say again that I'm sorry that I went in that live that day and bought into the bullshit. Like, I can honestly say, I mean, I don't know nothing about Amy. I'm very sorry, and I could only imagine like the grief that her lives. I mean, that's all I can say.
Again, guys, I'm not saying that she didn't do wrong. I never said this whole time that she didn't do things that were wrong. But to be so disrespectful, to post a deceased child, talk shit about how you were a shitty mother to that child, and then to sit there and say that you're going to continue to do that to trigger her until you get the apology that you think that you deserve.
There's no words that could even be said, really, on either part. There's no words that can even need to be said. It's just, there's no, you can't take away what's been done, really, in my opinion. It's too much. It's just too much.
It's like every day I don't know why, but somehow I get shocked of the vileness that happens that people do to each other in this world. Like,
I agree 100%. Yep.
Carolyn, I'm not saying that truth wasn't triggered. What I'm questioning is the irrational response. Okay, like you can be mad at somebody. I get it. You can be pissed at somebody for saying something, you know. I completely understand that. I completely do. But at what point do your morals come in and you say, this isn't right?
It's integrity. You got to have some integrity for your own self.
You sat there at the beginning of that recording and said, I assume it was a drunk driver because you're sitting on the side of the road. That's not what happened. Man, it was tragic. Like, either situation is tragic.
Yeah, I mean, even if what she said was true, I mean, that's tragic, and it's vile to even talk about someone's deceased child like that. I mean, I know that truth has lost a child too, and it's horrible and deplorable that people would even be speaking or bringing that up to trigger the other person on both sides if it happened.
Right. Two things can be wrong at the same time.
Absolutely. And it wasn't
And they are.
one-sided.
And they are.
Right.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like, it's vile for either one of them to bring up either one of them's trauma like that.
Again, this isn't just the only isolated incident that I'm talking about. Like, again, she sent a t-shirt to Jaylyn in an effort to intimidate her, and then sat there on live unhinged laughing about it. She thought she was the shit because she did that. This is also a person who is, you know, creating awareness about people taking advantage on this app while she is also getting money on the fucking back end for medical whatever. Like, it's just hypocritical. Like, it's so...
That was exactly our point, Queen of all trades.
Yes,
This
yes.
app has people going way too far. Way too far. And this is just... a lot of you missed the first half of this live where there was many other things mentioned besides just this incident. I mean, it's just too much, man. It's got to stop.
Thank you
But-
for that point, Florida's man BFF. She doesn't want people to talk about her cancer, but she speaks, you know, and that's the thing. Like, she will sit there and play victim. Like, they said this about me, they said this about me, and then she turns around and does the exact shit that she's so fucking pissed off about somebody else doing. But in my opinion, she took it way further. And then she cried in people's lives and was like, oh, my business, my business, my business. She literally messaged me on fucking Snapchat and was like, oh, 3 people have requested refunds on their orders. Now my family's not going to eat. But in that live that I didn't finish playing, you're sitting there bragging about how your house is more than $250,000. Like, she's not okay.
All right, we want to be respectful of the next live. So make sure you guys are following Scammy Awards and Florida Man. They're going live next at 10 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to wrap this up.
Scammy Claus, your jokes were questioning my box after you blocked me because we had a difference of opinion. Like,
Yeah,
be for real right now. Like, be all the way for real.
All right.
Again, I just want to say how much I love and appreciate you guys. I really do.
You too, Sam. And if you need
All of you
something,
guys.
please reach out. You know we're here for you.
Just be better people. Just be better people. I mean,
I can just tell your people you love them and reach out to your people, please.
But yet, Scammy Claus, I didn't block you. See that? You see that? I didn't block you, though. See that? Yeah, again, in regards to the other stuff that's been happening, you know, you can call me a bad person, whatever. Again,
Yeah.
it is what it is. If you're asking for money on the back end while you are creating awareness about people asking for money on this app, then you...
I will say that, you know, with everything that's going on, like Samantha and Virgo didn't say that, you know, they were bad people for doing what they did.
Never.
I mean, I've never heard them say anything like that or bring anything up like that. Like, everybody still loves Ryan Ray. Everybody, I want what's best for Ryan Ray. I don't know what's going on and I'm not getting involved in it, but I know that Samantha and Virgo really do love Ryan Ray.
100%.
And we've all known her for a very long time, and we only want what's best for her.
Yeah.
But a true friend will stand up to you and for you. So
Absolutely. Like the other day, I mean, they called me out and I didn't have any problem with it. I deserved it. I owned up to it.
that's the thing. You know, you're not taking it. You know, a friend is going to tell you something you don't want to hear.
Everybody said, you know, like, well, they forgave Samuel. Well, you know what? Like, I came in and I admitted my faults. I told him I was sorry, and I meant it
Took
from the bottom of
accountability,
my
and you
heart.
said you were going to work on it and not, you know, try not to do it. And I have to trust and believe and give you the opportunity to show me that.
So, I mean, that's all. I mean, I just seen people calling you out for it earlier, and I'm like, hey, I owned up to it. I admitted what I did was I let myself down. And I told Sam and Virgo both that.
But it's okay. You know, nobody in this earth is perfect. We all make mistakes. We all fall short. It's holding yourself accountable and then letting it go and moving on. You could forgive yourself too. You know, a lot of people hold a lot of grief on themselves as well. Forgive yourself. It's okay.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. That's one of the first things Sam told me. You know, when I reached out to her privately and told her my apology again, and she said, you know, the first thing she said was, "Stop being so hard on yourself."
Absolutely.
So,
All right, guys,
I appreciate them.
I'm going to end her for tonight so we can head over to Scammy's Live. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for listening. Again, I do welcome difference of opinion. Feel free to message me if you have something to say. You really shouldn't, like, block people out just because they are still friends with somebody that you disagree with. That's childish. That's stupid. If you care about people, then, you know, don't put them in the middle of a situation. Again, difference of opinion is always welcomed. You don't even have to come to an agreement, but you can still be respectful. I tried to be respectful in that live last night. I tried to have a heartfelt, mature conversation with Cass. I got called a bitch. Ryan Ray got balls and jumped into a box after I was already blocked and told me to suck a dick. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, just,
What?
it's just a true testament of what's been going on. And I can promise you again, these are only the situations we know about. So if Just Stop only borrowed $35 and then she asked another person, but they didn't actually give her the money, that's what we know about. And that's what I want you guys to understand. That's what we know about. But I can promise you that if somebody messaged somebody and said, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, you know damn fucking well that there was more than 2 people. There was probably more than 5 people. And the same situation goes with Ryan Ray, okay? This wasn't an isolated couple of people. I can promise you there was more. And I could also tell you that there's going to be more in the future because people are condoning and enabling that behavior and telling her that it was okay because she was having a hard time, or she didn't have anybody in her real life that she could have asked, or she couldn't have, you know, gone out and cut a grass, or just anything, sold an item for $35. Like, it's the principle. Again, these are only things that we're aware of at this time, but there's a whole lot more going on in the back end that a lot of people aren't aware of. So just be mindful of that. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for trying to keep the comments respectful. I know things got a little bit wild for a bit, but yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening.
Same.
Thanks,
Good night.
Virgo.
Click on the shopping cart